Genitalia is an European company, and each of the train in this company equipped with 1,000 sensors, and each train produce around 5,000 data points. Per year, each train produce around 700 terabytes of data. All this data is used, and artificial intelligence, machine learning helped them to introduce predictive and preventive maintenance so that they saved 8 to 10% of their annual operational budget, which is at a tune of 1.3 billion euros. This is one classic example how the technologies are changing the world. And the second important example, everywhere you see now, most of the countries are talking about smart cities. In that, smart pole is one of the important elements. The pole itself has so many features. It has the solar power generation capacity and the smart LED lights, surveillance cameras. It has the air and environmental scanning sensors, and it has a sensor at the bottommost level so that if any rain is there, the water level on the road can be measured and necessary alerts can be sent to the authorities. And it has a plug point to charge the vehicles. What not? It has signage, digital signage, and it has some sort of different other features added. So the smart pole has become very important element in most of the cities today. Boston Dynamics has developed Sand Plea, an extraordinary robot that can jump 30 feet height, which is impossible for a human being, that can be used for safety, security, surveillance, and other purposes. So, not just these things. If you look at some of the services today, people are expecting services and information from anywhere, anytime, using any device. That's called omnipresent. Amazon is giving recommendations. If I want to purchase a book, then at the bottom you see that the similar books, that's called recommendation engines. Netflix will give recommendations. Not only that, some of the retail companies or hospitality companies, they are using the data about you from different sources, could be social media or other CRM systems. They are creating your persona. Based on the persona, they are trying to give personalized advertisements and recommending what is the right product and right service for your requirements. So in summary, the products got injected with the software. Pacemaker got 80,000 lines of code, and a fighter plane has around 600,000 lines of code, and a car has today 10 million lines of code. It's a software code. Every object, every physical object is getting injected with software, and the services are driven by software. That means in today's world, what we are talking is software defined businesses. Why did it happen? It just happened because of the fusion of technologies. In the past, it was only one technology which most of our technical technology professionals talking about is IT, information technologies. It doesn't mean that the other technologies were not there, but they were not in the normal stream like what we speak about information technology. What are those technologies? Operational technologies, communication collaboration technologies. Imagine when these three technologies come together and the fusion happens, and at the same time with the power of internet and the IPv6, where you can give the IP address to anything. IPv6 has given an opportunity to have 343 trillion IP addresses. Literally you can give IP address to anything in the world which can be connected to internet. These are all the game changers. That's why we are able to really produce new products and new services. Not only that, there are so many new business models emerged in the past, like Airbnb, which doesn't exist without technology. Uber just emerged because of the technologies. Amazon, just technology changed the landscape. So today the technology is the power. Every business is a technology business. Without software, irrespective of your industry, manufacturing, healthcare, retail, banking, construction, everywhere, it is a software defined business. What does it mean to technology professionals? What does it mean to CIOs, IT directors, technology services companies? It's a huge change. To support these digitalized products, services, processes, business models, sea change is required. Huge change is required in the software applications. There are four categories of applications emerged in the last one decade. To automate the processes and to make the processes intelligent, we have systems of record. And to take care of the human emotions and to offer the personalized services, we have systems of engagement. And to deal with the things like Internet of Things, we have systems of things. On the top of this, we have systems of insight. The data is generated from all the different categories of applications so that you can have descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, and then predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, and then autonomous analytics. Without analytics, no business will exist. So the summary here is the technology organizations, irrespective of whether you are a CAO organization, IT services company, you have to focus on 4 different categories of the application: systems of records, systems of engagement, systems of things, and systems of insight. Now, one more important aspect I would like to bring here is software engineering is getting changed. Product engineering practices are being brought to software engineering. The new practices have to be embraced by the technology professionals like DevSecOps, infrastructure as code, low code platforms, and then you have artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotic automatic processing for software process. Usually AI, ML, and RPA we apply for business processes, for the line of businesses. But today those technologies are also used for the whole software engineering processes. There are some new roles getting emerged like a DevOps architect, DevOps engineer, site reliability engineer, engineering manager. What does it mean? New categories of software applications demand for new practices, new methods, and new roles and new behaviors. So I expect a sea change will come in the software engineering in the coming years, and most of the IT companies, the CAO organizations, and technology services companies have to acquire some of the best practices being implemented by the digital natives like Google, Netflix, Amazon. A few of the examples: site reliability engineering. That means how do you bring the software engineering into infrastructure and operations management? That is the biggest subject today happening, which has come from Google, right? So two pizzas team, that's where Amazon propagated. That means in any project, don't go beyond the number of resources, beyond the what they can consume, 2 pizzas. That means maximum 12, right? So DevSecOps and all those things I spoke about. So make sure that you prepare for designing, building, deploying, and regularly managing 4 categories of applications, and then introduce new methods and practices of software engineering. Based on that, introduce new roles, new skills, new behaviors, and finally achieve the success. Thank you so much.